Four lessons I would like, and these are illustrative. You can draw 100 lessons. And in fact, it may be a very good exercise for the next batch to let them choose dance or sport or music, depending on their inclinations, and see what lessons we can learn, because you would have sent away students from here with that permanent teacher with them, because they've done a project or something on it. The second lesson is that your career and your life is about your working to your best potential. It's not about becoming chairman, managing director, vice president, or whatever. Because we don't know the extent of human endurance. What you only know is the extent of your human endurance, your intellectual capacity. And here again, sports gives us many examples. In 1936, that's long before the graduating students or even their parents were born, there was a very revered athletic coach in the world at that time, and he was the athletic coach of Stanford University. And in 1936, he undertook an experiment at the Olympics. I think 1936 was the Berlin Olympics, if my memory serves me right? Yeah. That's just before the war, and then all the stuff that happened during the Second World War. And he took it upon himself to record all the field and track events that went on in the Olympics, did some jiggery-pokery with it, which he did not call market research, but was probably the original version of market research. And he wanted to find out what is the limit of human endurance. That was what he was trying to find out. And for each sport, he calculated that this is the current world record and this is the target. Beyond this, human beings can't do it. By what method he arrived at that is a separate subject, and I'm not going to it. For example, the 1 mile sprinting record was that time held by an American. His name was Glenn Cunningham. And Glenn Cunningham's record was 4 minutes, 6.8 seconds. And through his market research, Mr. Brutus Hamilton calculated and published a report, which is on the net, The Ultimate of Human Effort. He said the quickest possible mile is 4 minutes, 1.06 seconds. Beyond this, human beings cannot do anything. And yet, in 1954, at Oxford, Roger Bannister broke the 4-minute record. We know that. If you're fond of tennis, you might have watched just 3 days ago Roger Federer playing with the young Argentinian Martin Del Potro. And he took 4 hours and 26 minutes to beat him. It was a 3-setter, and in the third set he beat him 19-17. Sounds like a lot of games, and that's just the third set, by the way. There were 2 sets before that. We think that's a huge record, 4 hours and 26 minutes. But that's in the Olympic record. But if you go back just 2 years ago, in 2010, John Isner, who's an American tennis player, took 11 hours and 5 minutes to beat Nicholas Mahut. And his last set was score 70-68. If you're a tennis aficionado, you wouldn't have watched it. Who's going to watch for 11 hours and 5 minutes over 3 days? These are showing the almost inexorable, perfectly elastic capacity of human endurance. But you cannot become Roger Federer and John Isner just by willing it. Aristotle had said this. He said the key to happiness, again Prem spoke about happiness, is to work at your full potential. Not beyond, not under. Like a factory which runs at 100% capacity. Not at 110, because some machinery is then jaded, or not at 95. And in the same way, only you know your capacity. You know your limitations. You are the only one who can stretch the boundaries of your human endeavor.